What is going on, Lucid fans? Welcome back to Financial Journey. I am doing a second Lucid video today, so definitely you guys got a treat. There's something that did come down the pipeline that I really want to talk on. As of right now, though, I don't have any other context on why it was done, but hopefully tomorrow at that stage, I'll be able to elaborate. But I want to share this with you, and I'm going to go over all the fun stuff that you need to know. Make sure you guys hit that thumbs up and subscribe. Always greatly appreciated. And with that, let's get right to it. Just wanted to also say I appreciate all of you guys. I did reach 20,000 subscribers, so definitely a very good milestone. So I just want to say thank you to everyone out there. But when it comes down to Lucid, we did have a pretty good day. As far as looking at the intraday chart, we had a very nice spike. And when it comes down to spikes, and more so the data behind the scenes, I always like to look at what big institutions are doing, both on the secondary market and the dark pool. So I'm going to start with the secondary market. These are all the transactions on the secondary market. And keep in mind, this is an exchange that both you and I, typical retail investors, trade on. So when you do see $1 million orders, that is a very big deal. So you do see 1.08 million, so that's pretty good. 2.77 million, 1.76 million, 2.31 million. You get a ton of big money getting in. And look at this. 26.9 million, and this is roughly about 4 cents over what the actual bid and the ask was. So whoever wanted to get in really wanted very much so to get in fast, and this was right before the close of the market. So again, I don't know what this means at this stage in the game, and this is very abnormal for the secondary market, plain and simple. Anyone out there, that might be normal stuff for Tesla or for Apple, but for Lucid, this is something that you guys need to really pay attention to. And looking at this though, this was the typical day. This is honestly what a normal day does look like on the secondary market. So pretty average. Still a lot of transactions over 100,000, but generally speaking, it is what it is, right? You do not see these $26.9 million orders. And it gets better than this. There was also the dark pool. See this? $150 million. So again, that is a very good sign. I did cross-reference this with shorts, and this was not a short closing out the position. So again, that could be a very positive sign. Looking as well right here, so 1.71 million, 1.34 million, so similar kind of action. You do typically see a little bit more higher volume transactions on the dark pool because the dark pool is designated for institutions to trade amongst each other. And so right here as well, 99.8 million. But then again, when I have covered this in the past, usually 5 million is pretty good. 10 million is a little bit more of an abnormality, very rare. You do not see 100 million. You definitely, I've never seen 150 million in Lucid ever. So clearly something is coming down the pipeline. And there's one guy, for those of you that is on Twitter, who kind of calls himself the prophecy, gives a lot of very bold statements. I've kind of called him out and said that he's BS in some regard because he kind of seems like he's on crack based on everything he said. But at the end of the day, maybe he is very much right. And so as you can see, he does have a lot of statements, one of which is saying that, and this was said on the 29th, so yesterday, about 3.8 billion will be invested in Lucid by a government agency. So of course, we didn't have 3.8 billion in transactions today, but equivalently, you never know. That might be, today might have been the start of something very big. So maybe this guy who I thought is on crack is very much a very big insider with the PIF. I'm not sure. Or maybe I'm just giving him too much credit because he's been saying things for good, roughly about 3 or 2 weeks or 3 weeks or whatever it is. I don't know. But regardless, this is something that you guys need to really pay attention to because maybe something will be coming down the pipeline. Based on the price action, as you can tell, since it did go from roughly about $10.15 down to 10, it is fair to say that most likely whatever this was, this 150 million, was in fact a sell. Keep in mind, for a transaction to occur, you need buyers and sellers. So someone out there potentially did buy. That's how I interpret this, at least in my own opinion, who isn't a financial advisor, so do your own due diligence at the end of the day. So hopefully, like I said, tomorrow I will have a little bit more clarity on this and exactly who these big transactions were. Unfortunately, my time in sales is not working, and typically though, when it comes down to after hours activity, any big transactions that is placed by institutions are called T transactions. So even technically, if I wanted to look, you can't tell who exactly this was. And it's really unfortunate. If it does happen during the actual market, then yeah, you can see who actually prompted the transaction, who was a buyer, seller, you can see everything. But outside of the market hours, you cannot. And that's only for a secondary market, on a side note. So let me know your thoughts on all of that in the comments below, and maybe let me know as well what you think, why this is starting today. Do you think this is the tide for Lucid to start trending up? Because clearly a lot of big money is getting in, or maybe a new institution or whatever, I don't know, maybe BlackRock. Again, there's unlimited amount of what ifs, but no matter what, let me know your thoughts on all of that in the comments below. Once again, thanks for supporting and kind of following, subscribing. If you are a big Lucid fan, don't forget to hit that thumbs up and subscribe. And also, if you do like my channel, want to support the growth, take a look at my memberships, link in the description below, or just hit the join button at the bottom of the screen. With that, let's all make a lot of money on Lucid.